Hello everybody, welcome back to Steve's Gear. And today we're going to take a look at a couple fixed blades. So it's getting to be that time of year, it's warming up, at least around here a little bit. Time to get outside, do some hiking, do some camping, do some fishing, things like that. And you might be in the market for a new fixed blade. So I thought I would go ahead and just make a video on these two, just in case you hadn't seen them before, or maybe you're in the market and one of these will interest you. Now you can pick up both of these right off Amazon. One of them is a little bit more expensive, one of them's kind of more of a budget one. So you can kind of just see if either one will work good for you. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you a little bit about each one of the knives, tell you the price, and then you can decide if you like either one of them. So the first one is by a brand called Joker. Now this is the Joker Ember F. As you can see, it's kind of got the Joker emblem embossed into this little leather sheath here. Now the leather sheath seems pretty good quality. It's pretty thick, feels fairly well made. Stitching seems pretty good. Does have your belt loop here, and you do get a little dropper on it, so you can hook it onto your belt if you want a little extra reach. But it does have some snaps. You can just unsnap it and take it off if you want to. It does have a couple, little eyes down here if you want to attach some paracord to it. But yeah, it seems relatively well made. Retention's good. I don't think it's going to fall out or anything like that. So not a bad deal on the sheath. Let's go ahead and take a look at the knife, which is the most important part. So, like I said, this is the Joker Ember F, which is the flat grind. Now, you can get this one also in a Scandi grind, and they also have multiple choices as far as handle color and handle material. I know you can get some wood, and I think some different colors and things like that. Now, this one is black micarta, and it does have some red liners in there, so seems to be pretty good fit and finish. I'm fairly happy with it. Feels pretty comfortable in the hand. Fits my hand well. I got a little extra room down there. Plenty big enough. Now, the blade on this one comes in at 4.13 inches, and this one is 14C28N blade steel, and they say that it is hardened to 58 to 60 HRC. Now, obviously this isn't the most premium steel, but I feel like it's pretty good, and I think it should be pretty easy to sharpen out in the field if you want to. Now for me, I picked up the flat grind one just because this is going to be, I think, mostly like a food prep one. I may use this for some food prep, maybe sharpen some sticks for some hot dogs or something like that. Like, I don't do bushcraft things or anything really, so I don't really need a fixed blade to do super hardcore work. But I feel like this one should be pretty good. Now this one does have kind of like a 90-degree spine, so you should be able to throw some sparks off this one if you want to do that. Obviously it's got the full tang. It does have a little bit sticking out here on the end that is kind of a little bit sharp. So if you're somebody who's into like carving wood or something like that, when you make some spoons or something, you should be able to dig this in and maybe even scrape out some wood with it. I'm not really sure if that's what it's intended for, but I believe that would probably work for it. Like I said, fit and finish is pretty good. The only thing I've noticed that's kind of a little bit off is the grind lines. I don't know if it's really going to go to focus, but it's kind of hard to see, but the grind lines on each side aren't perfectly even. Is it really a big deal for me? No, not really. It did come pretty darn sharp out of the box. Like I said, I really haven't used this one. I think it might have appeared in one of my hiking videos quite a long time ago, but I never really got a chance to use it very much, so it's pretty good. Now, it does come with some lanyard kind of attached to it, a big amount of paracord. It was actually a pretty long amount right in here. I took that off because I'm just not a super big fan of it, but just know that it does come with a pretty good amount of paracord also. Yeah, not a bad looking fixed blade. Now this one, I think I said it comes out of Spain, so seems like a pretty good quality. I don't know if I'll be able to give you guys a little bit of close-up of the kind of the logo on there, but yeah, not a bad looking fixed blade. Now this one retails at $91.18 right now off Amazon, and this is probably the least expensive one. I think some of the other ones go all the way up to around 150-ish, just kind of depending on what options you choose. But I'd never heard of Joker brand. I just happened to browse on Amazon for fixed blades, and I saw these, and I picked it up just, watching no reviews or anything. Just picked it up, and so maybe you guys have never heard of it, or maybe you have one. I don't know. If you have one, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you like it. Now, the other one is a knife that probably everybody's heard of before. This is a Mora knife. Now, this is one that's a little bit different. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. I think it was popular a long time ago, but this is the Mora 2000. Now this one is actually a Scandi grind, and it has their Scandivic stainless steel. This one has a blade length of 4.3 inches, and yeah, kind of a cool grind on that one. I don't know if it's going to show up too well, but it's pretty nice. But I don't think you can ever go wrong with a Mora knife. I mean, the grips are always phenomenal. Nice rubberized grip, fits the hand really well. You know, as far as like a confident grip goes, I feel more confident with this than I do with that Joker one, to be honest. Just because that rubber gives you so much extra grip if your hands get wet. Um, Now, I'm not sure if it's full tang. I don't think it's full tang. I think you have to get like Mora's heavy duty ones for the full tang. But I mean, I think this would be just fine for what I would ever use it for. You know, it's not quite as thick. Now, this one doesn't have the 90-degree spines on the back, so I don't believe this one will do any of the fire starting if you want to use it for that. But Mora's come wicked sharp out of the box. I mean, it is wicked sharp. And for the sheath for this one, while Mora's sheets are pretty much just hard plastic, I mean, there's nothing special to them. Just their simplicity actually makes them function pretty well. Now, it does have a couple drain holes here on the bottom. You get a little leather accent belt loop here. You can put it on your belt, walk around. Now, the thing I like about Mora knives is the sheaths are ambidextrous, so no matter which direction you put the knife in, it works either way, which is good for me because I'm left-handed. So sometimes I'm always a little bit backwards from a lot of other people. But, you know, it is an olive green color, kind of an interesting color. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but, you know, it's the price on this one that's really good. So right now, this one's coming in at $28.99 and has a normal price of $44.99. So it's a pretty good deal right now. So if you're in the market for kind of a Scandi grind knife, it seems to be pretty darn well made. Comes razor sharp out of the box. I checked this one out. You know, obviously the color is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but if you're into functionality more than appearance, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. Yeah, just a couple options for you guys. Now, obviously they're different spectrums, but I'll just put these out kind of comparing the two if you want to take a look. Yeah, both knives I think are pretty good for what you're going to use them for. I do kind of prefer this drop point, flat grind type of blade shape just for what I use for. But if you're into bushcraft and survival and stuff like that, I know a lot of people are really into that Scandi grind. So it's kind of personal preference what you like on those. But yeah, in the comments, let me know if you have either one of these. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'd love to hear some questions or any comments if you have them. And let me know which one's your favorite. So thanks a lot for watching. And I hope to see you guys soon. Talk to you later.